Today, I'm having one new moral story for you, and that story is from the Graded Readers series, Level 4, and the name of the book is Emperor's New Clothes. This book has been published by Macau Books, and you can easily reach on website as well. It's www.macaubooks.com. Long ago, there lived an emperor who was fond of wearing new clothes. He spent most of his time dressing himself. He had no interest in the welfare of his kingdom or its people. His only interest was in showing off his new clothes. In fact, he had a set of new clothes for every hour. One day, two crooks came to know about the emperor's vanity. They arrived at his palace gates and introduced themselves to palace guards. "We are weavers," they said. "We make the most magnificent clothes one can imagine. Moreover, our clothes have a remarkable quality. They are visible only to people with intelligence. Foolish people will never see them." When the emperor came to know of this, he was very pleased. "I must have these amazing clothes made for myself," he thought. "Moreover, I'll get to know how many of my ministers are worthy of their positions." So the emperor called the crooks and ordered clothes for himself. The crooks were given a large chamber in the palace. Two weaving looms were placed there. They were also given a large sum of money from the royal treasury to buy the finest thread of gold. The crooks hid all the money and pretended to begin their work on empty looms. A few days later, the emperor decided, "I should examine the weaver's work." But he was a little uneasy, remembering that foolish people would not be able to see the clothes. Though, of course, he never thought himself to be foolish. "I'll send my prime minister to the weavers. He is the wisest," the emperor said to himself. When the prime minister reached the crook's chamber, he was shocked. It looked like the crooks were working on empty looms. "Why don't I see the clothes? Am I foolish then?" he thought, horrified. The crooks welcomed him. "Sir, allow us to show the magnificent clothes," they said, pointing to the empty loom. "How do you like the clothes, sir?" "Oh, it is the prettiest cloth I have ever seen," the minister lied. When the prime minister met the emperor, he praised the work of the weavers. The emperor was happy. He was impatient to see his magnificent clothes. So one day he visited the crooks. He was shocked to see that the looms were empty. "I see no clothes on the loom at all. Am I a fool then?" he thought, panic stricken. However, When the emperor was asked whether he liked the clothes or not, he hid his horror and said, "Indeed, I have never seen a finer piece of cloth." The ministers who had accompanied the emperor also praised the invisible cloth. "Your Majesty should wear robes made of this cloth at the forthcoming annual parade," they declared. From that day, the crooks pretended to work day and night. Everyone saw them busily working on the looms, but they saw no clothes on it. A few days later, the crooks pretended to take off the clothes from the loom. They also pretended to cut the cloth and sew it. At last, they announced one day, "The emperor's clothes are ready." Meanwhile, the emperor was impatiently waiting for his new clothes when the crooks arrived, pretending to hold the clothes in their hands. They helped the emperor get dressed. "Here are the breeches, your Majesty, and here is the coat. The clothes are fine like the cobwebs. You might feel that you have not worn anything," the crooks said cleverly. Within a short while, the emperor was dressed. "You look magnificent, your Majesty," said the crooks. "The canopy is ready to take His Majesty to the parade," said the Prime Minister. Before leaving, once again the emperor admired himself in his new clothes. The chamberlains pretended to carry the emperor's train, though there wasn't any train. People cheered when they saw the emperor. "Oh, what lovely clothes His Majesty is wearing!" they shouted. The emperor was greatly pleased. In reality, nobody could see the emperor wearing any clothes. But as they were told that foolish people would not see the emperor's new clothes, they did not dare to tell the truth. Suddenly, a boy in the crowd shouted, "Look, the emperor is not wearing any clothes." When the people heard this, they began whispering amongst themselves. A little later, they all laughed and said to each other, "The emperor is not wearing anything." The emperor heard them and was ashamed. He realized that he had been tricked, but he continued walking his parade even more proudly and laughed silently at his own foolishness. So, the moral of the story is that you should be aware of these sort of tricks which other people do on you. If you like this story, don't forget to leave your thumbs up and give the subscription too. Thank you so much. Good day. Enjoy your holidays. Have fun. Bye bye.